Imagine, for a moment, standing on the precipice of the unknown, the edge of the universe. You've heard about it, wondered about it, maybe even tried to picture it in your mind. The Big Bang, the event that set everything in motion, is thought to have started everything we see today. But as the universe has been expanding since that initial explosion, the question arises, is there really an edge to the universe, and if so, what's beyond it? When we think about the universe, we often imagine it as a vast, infinite expanse, but scientists tell us that the universe is constantly expanding. It didn't just start growing into space that was already there, it's creating new space as it goes along. In a way, space itself is expanding. And this brings us to the idea of an edge, something that, in our minds, has to exist if the universe is expanding. But if there's an edge, is there something beyond it? And, if so, what could that be? Is it just an empty void, or does it represent something far more intriguing? This is where things start to get really interesting. Let's take a step back and think about the idea of edges and boundaries. For much of human history, people believed that the Earth was flat. If you sailed too far, you might fall off the edge and disappear into the unknown. It wasn't until explorers like Columbus set sail that humanity understood the Earth was round, and this concept of an edge was dispelled. We've moved beyond the flat Earth myth, but now we're confronted with the idea of a cosmic edge, the edge of the universe, which is even harder to conceptualize. The universe, just like the Earth, has no real beginning or end, it's all about perspective. Just like Columbus changed the way we view the world, scientists are now beginning to change the way we understand the cosmos. The universe is expanding, and as far as we can observe, it appears to have no boundary. But that doesn't mean the concept of an edge doesn't linger in our minds. After all, if everything in the universe originated from a single point that was smaller than an atom, and the universe has been growing ever since, we can't help but wonder, is there a limit to all of this? If there's an edge, is there something on the other side? Now, we're not talking about a flat, physical edge you can just cross over. The universe itself is dynamic and constantly changing. It's not just about the things we can see or measure with our current technology, it's also about what we can't see, the parts of the universe that are out of our reach. To better understand the edge, we need to look at how scientists define the observable universe. This is the part of the universe that we can observe and study based on the light and electromagnetic radiation that's reached us since the Big Bang. But this observable universe has a limit, and it's defined by the speed of light. Since light has a finite speed, there are parts of the universe that are simply too far away for us to see. The universe's expansion doesn't just mean that things are moving further away from us, it also means that the light from distant objects is being stretched. As light travels through expanding space, it gets redshifted, which makes it harder to detect. The farther away something is, the more stretched out its light becomes, and at some point, the expansion of space causes light to move away from us faster than it can ever reach us. This creates what scientists call the Hubble Horizon, a boundary beyond which we can never observe anything because the universe is expanding too quickly for light to keep up. The idea that the universe is expanding is mind-blowing in itself, but what's even more surprising is that we can't measure the true size of the universe. We know that the observable universe is about 13.8 billion years old, but this doesn't mean the observable universe only stretches out 13.8 billion light-years. Because of the expansion of space, the radius of the observable universe is actually around 46.5 billion light-years, and the total diameter is over 90 billion light-years. It's almost impossible to grasp the enormity of this, especially when we realize that we're actually looking at the past, not the present. The light from the farthest galaxies has taken billions of years to reach us, so when we look out into the cosmos, we're seeing what the universe looked like billions of years ago. This poses a significant challenge for scientists trying to understand the true nature of the universe. If we can't directly observe the edge, how can we know what's beyond it? The answers, of course, aren't easy, and they might not even be fully answerable with our current understanding of physics. We can only see the universe from our earthly perspective, and we can only observe what light allows us to see. So, while the idea of an edge is fascinating, it may not be as simple as just looking out and finding it. As we think about the cosmos, it's important to remember that the universe is constantly evolving. Just as people once believed in a flat Earth, future generations may look back on us and laugh at how simplistic our understanding of the universe was. What we currently believe may seem elementary to those living in the distant future. The idea of an edge may eventually become a relic of an outdated perspective, much like the flat Earth theory. What might the future hold? Theories about what lies beyond the edge of our universe range from the completely speculative to the mind-bendingly complex. One popular hypothesis is the idea of the multiverse. According to this theory, our universe could just be one of many universes that exist in parallel. Some suggest that a new universe could begin beyond the edge of ours, or that our universe could even be located within another universe, creating a multiverse of potentially infinite dimensions. If this theory is true, the universe's edge might not even be the final frontier. Instead, it could be the beginning of something far grander, other universes, other dimensions, and other forms of existence beyond our comprehension. Some even speculate that in the future, we could exist within a quantum multiverse where every individual has the ability to create their own realities. This concept suggests that the boundaries of our world could dissolve entirely, and we might be able to shape our universe with our minds, turning reality itself into something flexible and malleable. And what about the role of string theory in all of this? String theory proposes that the fundamental building blocks of the universe aren't particles but tiny, vibrating strings. If string theory is correct, our universe would have additional dimensions beyond the four known space-time dimensions, and the edge of the universe might not be a physical boundary at all. Instead, there could be higher dimensional spaces that we can't even begin to understand with our current knowledge. But perhaps the most intriguing concept of all is the idea that beyond the edge of the observable universe, there might be nothing as we understand it. The idea of nothingness is a perplexing one, and it's a concept that contradicts much of what we once thought was true. For a long time, scientists believed that before the Big Bang, there was simply nothing. But now, at the quantum level, we understand that nothingness doesn't truly exist. Instead, what we perceive as nothing is actually a quantum fluctuation field, where particles and antiparticles pop in and out of existence. This nothing actually has the potential to create something, and it's from this fluctuation that new universes could potentially be born. So, if there's nothing beyond the observable universe, it's not a true void, it's a kind of quantum sea that could give rise to new universes, just as our own universe arose from a quantum fluctuation at the time of the Big Bang. This brings us back to the idea of the multiverse and the possibility that our universe is just one of many, each with its own set of rules and properties. In the end, the edge of the universe might not be an edge at all. It could be a doorway to something entirely new, something that we, as humans, can barely begin to understand. It could be a vast expanse of dark matter, a corridor to another world, or even a massive cosmic energy network that connects our universe to others. Whatever lies beyond the boundaries of our observable universe, one thing is certain: the answers we seek might not be found with our current tools or in the way we expect. The true nature of the universe and its edge may remain a mystery for generations to come, but one thing is clear: the more we learn, the more questions arise. And perhaps, in the future, we'll look back at this time and realize that the questions we're asking now are just the beginning of a much grander journey of discovery. So, as we stand on the edge of the unknown, we can only wonder, what lies beyond?